Hello, thank you for tuning in to celebrate this beautiful Virgo full moon with me. Virgo is very much a sign that loves like knowledge and higher learning and like education. So just be aware of like what you're learning around this time and seeing how what it is that you're like wanting to dive into, what it is that like lights you up that you're learning about. And try to like integrate more of that into your life, like even past this Virgo full moon, because you're gonna be really having more insight as to like why you like love learning about this certain topic and how it's actually going to serve you more in the future and how it's going to impact your life on a deeper level. So just kind of paying attention to what it is that you're curious about, what it is that you want to learn more about, and kind of dive right into it. And Virgos can also be a little bit judgmental and kind of judge others and themselves a little harshly. So just keep that in mind and have some compassion for yourself and for others, and just kind of be in that, that receiving mode for allowing like energy to flow to you, knowing that you are deserving of good things. And as you open up to receive that, you are being provided for unconditionally. Your needs will always be met. And that brings a huge sense of like security and like that feeling of safety and stability, which is so key, especially because Virgo is, an earth sign, and it's all about being grounded and feeling that like all your needs are met. So that's going to be really important moving forward, that you feel that sense of security. And also, like, Virgos have this really beautiful inner childlike essence when their guard is down. So when you're in that receiving mode, knowing that you're provided for unconditionally, you kind of let yourself relax, and you can allow yourself to be more free flowing, and you can allow this inner child from within you to kind of like be let out, and you can enjoy life more when you are coming from this more playful energy, and where you're following your joys and your inspirations. And when you can integrate more of that energy in your day-to-day life, you find more fulfillment and peace. So just being aware of that energy within you, of that energy when you let your guard down, and just as you allow this energy to move through you and you can integrate it more, then you can start to, bring more of that in your day-to-day, not just around the Virgo full moon, but continue to follow that joy and inspiration so that you can, trickle that into all of your days to find more fulfillment in the long run. And so because Virgo is an earth sign, it's like very like practical and down to earth. So not only, you like following your internal guidance system and your intuition around the time of the full moon, but like kind of grounding that and like being like logical and having common sense and being practical about like the things that you're being intuitively guided on, so that you can like ground that energy in a way that like makes sense for you to move forward without making it feel like it's all woo-woo and like in the air. It's like, no, you can take these steps forward, like by following your intuition, take practical steps forward to make moves and leaps and bounds towards like the path and the places that you're meant to go towards, those opportunities that will unfold for you. And the more you have that discernment by following your intuition, the more you're being led down the path that you're meant to be on. And we are in the numerology of number 8 for this full moon, so it's really all about like finding that inner power and like speaking what we want into existence so that we can attract that towards us, knowing how the universe works so that without greed we can get what we want. That when we're getting what we want, it's also benefiting the greater good of all. And when this kind of greater good is fed, then you are like allowing like positive energy to flow back to you like tenfold. And this brings in great abundance, great, not only of prosperity, but like great abundance of like love and like peace and like wellness. so it will continue to overflow for you and fill your cup up, knowing that your like karma is being balanced as you make moves towards your highest timeline, as you make moves to, you know, taking that option that benefits you but benefits everybody. For example, you are like balancing out karma, and you know that you don't have to ever do anything like petty, or like you don't have to like worry, because karma is always being served and justice is always being served, and that can really bring a lot of peace, so you can just relax and like be in that receiving mode and like let your inner child out, and so that you can like follow your joys, follow your inspiration, learn about what you're curious about, and all of that. And the direction of the north has to do with the earth element and Virgo. So as we face the direction of the north, we also heal our body. We are tapping into that intuitive self, and we are aligning to higher guidance. We are allowing ourselves to communicate with higher guidance, so that we can more and more trust our intuition, because we are having more conversation with spirit, with higher power, to integrate what it is that we need to integrate and make moves depending on, you know, where the healing needs to take place. And so that, you know, you can have that discernment as to like what is good for you, what is not, what is healing for you, what is kind of like pushing you back on your path, for example. And that allows you to really feel more in your power, because you're able to discern what is for you and what is not, by your ability to connect with spirit, connect to that higher power, and trusting that guidance. So that is really powerful. So facing the north is all about that healing and that empowerment and that connection with source energy, higher power, whatever you want to call it. So with all that being said, we are going to do some Yin Yoga and open up the spleen and the stomach meridians, because that is associated, or they are associated with the root chakra, which is associated with the earth element. So we are going to be opening up that chakra at the base of our spine, which is also associated with the color red. So we're going to be using some red colored activations throughout to help activate that and get the energy moving and flowing in the body, so that we can ground that root chakra energy and allow ourselves to feel more stable, secure, and knowing that like we're provided for, our needs are met, we're healed, we're healthy, and so forth. And also the root chakra has to do with letting go of fears and letting go of like any mindset that like we aren't worthy, or you know, that we're not enough. And as we connect to that root chakra, we allow ourselves to be like, no, I deserve all my needs to be met. I deserve good things. I deserve healing. I am like deserving of love, and I'm deserving of peace, of stability, of safety, of security. And by working with that, we also allow any like physical ailments to be healed. So begin in child's pose by bringing your knees nice and wide, and then sinking your hips down towards your feet, and then just placing your hands out in front of you, hands up towards the sky, and just let your chest sink down towards the ground. You can let your forehead rest on the mat, or you can turn your head to one side, resting on your cheek. And with each and every breath, just allowing your body to sink deeper into the mat. Letting go of your day so far. Letting go of any energy that's no longer serving you. Letting it all go out your exhale. You can imagine releasing this energy as smoke. And as you breathe in, continue to push your lower belly out, filling your belly like a balloon. And as you exhale, just letting everything go, releasing smoke out the mouth. Releasing all energy that's no longer in alignment with you. Releasing it from your body, your mind, your spirit. Breathing deeply from your belly. And as you exhale, letting your body continue to sink deeper and deeper into the ground beneath you. Allowing the earth to transmute any energy no longer serving you. And just allowing this energy to drain away from your body, melting down into the earth. Feeling gratitude for the energy you're releasing, for the purpose that it served, but now handing it over to the earth to be released and transmuted into love and into light. If you're resting on your cheek, go ahead and switch sides. Breathing deeply from your belly and exhaling fully out your mouth. Letting your body relax more and more as you breathe. You can imagine inhaling vibrant white light and allowing this light to wash away any lingering energy that's not serving you, and allowing this energy to drain away from you, continuing to just let it go, releasing it to the earth. Allowing your body to sink deeper and deeper into the ground as you breathe, becoming one with the earth, feeling gratitude for the support that the earth provides for you, for the nourishment it provides for you, for the nurturance it provides. Feeling gratitude for the earth for meeting all of your needs. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. Let your body relax even deeper, deeper than before. Begin to lengthen your inhale and lengthen your exhale. Continuing to sink down into the earth. Continuing to breathe in that vibrant white light. Allowing this white light to cleanse your energy and all the cells within your body. Clearing out any old or stagnant energy. Breathing in this white light. And exhaling, releasing all that no longer serves you, letting it all go out the mouth and down into the earth. Then neutralize the head and begin to lift the chest up off the ground and walk your forearms towards your body. And then you're going to round through your back and extend through your back. Rounding the back and extending the back. Inhale deeply, looking up towards the sky as you extend. And as you exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhaling, looking up, extending the spine. And exhaling, rounding the spine. Inhaling vibrant white light as you extend and look up. And exhale as you round. And then slowly begin to lift up from your hips, coming into tabletop position. And begin to extend that left arm behind your back. And then lift that right foot up off the ground, bending the knee and grabbing your foot with your left hand. Pulling your belly button towards your spine. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. Lifting your foot up towards the sky. Feeling a nice stretch through the front of your right thigh. Finding balance in your body and stretching through the front body, through the left shoulder, through the rib cage, through the abdomen, through your hip flexor, your quad, all the way down your shin and into your foot. Breathing through the front body, inhaling vibrant white light and exhaling fully out the mouth. Feeling strong in your body and strong in your mind. Breathing into your body and exhaling fully out the mouth. And begin to imagine a vibrant red energy swirling at your tailbone. Imagine this energy growing bigger and brighter. It spins faster and faster. This energy grounds you, supports you, and nourishes you. It allows all your needs to be met, providing you with faith and trust that all is as it's meant to be for a great purpose, and that you will be provided for unconditionally as you have faith and trust in your path, in your purpose, just by being you. Continue to breathe deeply and exhale fully, feeling that strength within your body as you continue to pull that right foot towards you with your left hand, lifting that knee off the mat, keeping the belly button towards the spine, keeping your tailbone tucked under towards your belly button, and keeping your head in alignment with your spine. Breathe deeply and exhale fully. Beautiful job. Continuing to see that vibrant red energy spiraling at the level of your tailbone. Spiraling faster and faster as it grows brighter and brighter red. Take one more long deep breath here. Beautiful job. Then slowly release your right knee down towards the mat, slowly letting go of that right foot. Coming back into tabletop position, pulling your belly button towards your spine, allowing your hands to come underneath your shoulders, pulling your tailbone towards your belly button. Taking a deep breath in, looking up towards the sky, extending the spine, and exhaling, rounding through the spine. Inhaling, extending through the spine, looking up, lifting that tailbone, and exhale, rounding the spine. Rounding the tailbone, tailbone to belly button, and curling the head under. And then neutralize through the spine. Then bend through that left leg, through the knee, and then bring that right hand back behind you to grab onto your foot. And lift your foot up towards the sky and closer towards your body as you find that stability with your left hand and your right knee. Ensuring your left hand is underneath your left shoulder and your knee is underneath your right hip. Pulling your belly button towards your spine And tucking your tailbone under. Breathe deeply and exhale fully. Noticing how you feel from this side compared to the other. Breathe into any tension you feel. And let all energy that's not serving you drain away from you, melting down into the earth. Take a cleansing breath in, breathing in white light, allowing that white light to penetrate every cell in your body, rejuvenating you, energizing you. Washing away any stagnant or negative energy. Continue to pull your belly button towards your spine, pulling your tailbone towards your belly button, keeping your head in alignment with your spine. Continuing to pull that left foot closer towards your body and up into the air. Finding that stability and that balance within you. Breathe deeply and exhale fully. Bringing awareness to your tailbone and imagining that vibrant red energy swirling in a clockwise direction. Imagine it growing bigger and brighter, spinning faster and faster as you activate your root chakra. Building a strong foundation for yourself for healing as you transmute all energy that's not serving you and you let it all go, letting it all drain away from you. Take another cleansing deep breath in, breathing in white light. And as you exhale, releasing all that no longer serves you. Continue to see that spiraling red energy at your tailbone, growing bigger and bigger, brighter and brighter red. Beautiful job. Take one more long deep breath in. Let it all go out the mouth. And then slowly release your foot and neutralize the spine. Return your left knee to the ground and your right hand to the floor. And then begin to come down onto your forearms. And then come down onto your elbows. And sink your chest down into the ground, keeping your knees in tabletop position. And take 3 long deep breaths here, pulling your belly button towards your spine and tucking your tailbone towards your belly button. And then slowly come up, back onto your forearms, walking your arms closer towards your body, coming back into tabletop position, and then extend both knees So you're coming down with your hips into the mat. Tuck your toes under so the tops of your feet rest on the mat. And just lift up your knees if you're able to, keeping your index fingers pointing straight ahead. Pulling your tailbone towards your belly button. And pulling your belly button towards your spine and looking up towards the sky. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. And then just let your knees rest down onto the mat and continue to pull your tailbone towards your belly button, activating your core. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. Let the hip flexors relax, your calves relax, your glutes relax. Moving from your core, pulling your belly button towards your spine and pulling your tailbone towards your belly button. Pressing down into the earth and lifting up through the spine. Feeling that power within you as you continue to open up through the front body. Feeling strong through the arms, through the hands, through the chest, through the spine as you lift up, pushing away from the earth. Opening up to all of the energy that you're deserving of. Allowing yourself to be in that receiving energy so that you can open yourself up, find more joy, find more inspiration and fulfillment in your life. And then slowly look over your right shoulder, dipping your left hip. And then slowly look over your left shoulder, dipping your right hip. And just moving with your breath, back and forth, continuing to pull your belly button towards your spine. Continuing to activate through your core as you breathe. Observing how you feel from side to side. Bringing awareness down towards your tailbone and seeing that vibrant red energy spiraling in a clockwise direction, growing bigger and brighter, spinning faster and faster. And just pausing wherever you feel the need to. And moving one more time on each side. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. And then lift up through your hips, pull your belly button towards your spine. And once you're in tabletop position, begin to swivel your body so that you're horizontal on your mat. And then you're going to spread your knees nice and wide as they can go. Moving into that frog position. And then keeping your knees at a 90-degree angle. Keeping your hips at a 90-degree angle and keeping your feet at a 90-degree angle. And then coming down onto your forearms. From here, you're going to activate your glutes. And you're just going to squeeze your glutes here as you pull your belly button towards your spine. And as you squeeze through your glutes, you're going to visualize that vibrant red energy at the level of your tailbone, spinning faster and faster, growing brighter and brighter. Noticing the power of your muscles from the left side to the right side as you squeeze through your glutes. Continuing to pull your belly button towards your spine and curling your tailbone up towards your belly button. Feeling the strength in your spine. And imagine a string pulling you from the top of your head, lengthening you and creating space between each of the vertebrae. Like the string is pulling from your tailbone and pulling you from the crown of your head, creating space all along the spine. And continue to visualize that vibrant red energy spiraling faster and faster, growing brighter and brighter. Continuing to squeeze the glutes. If they relax, that's totally okay. Just kind of bringing your awareness back whenever you can to activate through the glutes, to open up through your pelvis. Continuing to pull your belly button towards your spine. Feeling the strength in your forearms. Feeling the power in your glutes and in your legs. Breathe deeply and exhale fully. Feeling your body move like a wave with each and every breath. Feeling your body sink deeper and deeper into the mat, to the earth. Letting go of all energy that's not serving you. And releasing it all now to be transmuted into love and into light. Continuing to pull your belly button towards your spine, pulling your tailbone towards your belly button. Keeping your head in alignment with your spine. Imagining that string pulling you from your head and pulling you from your tailbone, creating space between each of the vertebrae. And just just breathing into wherever you feel the tension, letting it all go out the mouth as smoke. Continue to imagine breathing in that vibrant white light, allowing it to cleanse all the cells in your body, washing away any stagnant or negative energy that's been trapped within the tissue, letting it all go, letting it drain away from you. Draining down into the earth below you to be transmuted into love and into light. Beautiful job. Take 3 more long, deep breaths like this. Pushing out your lower belly to inhale. Feeling your body move like a wave. Letting everything go as you breathe out. And then slowly come onto your palms. Bring the feet close together. And then sink your hips back towards your feet, coming into a very giant child's pose, wide-legged child's pose, like a frog child's pose. And just pump through the legs here, pump through the hips, lifting the hips and sinking the hips. Just creating more energy through your pelvis. Breathe deeply and exhale fully. See that vibrant red energy circulating at the level of the tailbone, spinning in a clockwise direction, growing faster and faster, growing brighter and brighter red as you just pump through the hips. Relaxing deeper and deeper with each and every breath. Beautiful job. And then come up through the hands and just begin to walk the knees a little bit closer together. You can come up on the tips of the feet, the tips of the toes to help you draw those legs back together. Just move nice and slow. Beautiful job. Coming into tabletop position, just coming down onto the ground. Coming onto your side. And once you're on your side, just move your upper body a little bit towards the right and begin to open up through the spine, looking over your right shoulder and allowing your arms to just come into cactus position. Just finding a gentle twist. Your knees stacked on top of another. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. Beautiful job. Then begin to lift up through the right knee. And then just gently walk your left foot back behind you. And you can grab like a rope or like a sheet and hook that onto your foot. Or you can grab the foot behind you, grabbing that left foot with your right hand, and then just guiding your right knee up towards your chest, towards your belly, on that right side. As you look towards the right shoulder, breathe deeply and exhale fully. Bringing awareness back down towards the level of the root chakra at the base of the spine, at the tailbone. And visualize that vibrant red energy continuing to swirl round and round in the right direction, spinning faster, growing brighter. Activating that chakra energy center. Allowing you to build a foundation of strength, security, of nourishment and nurturance. Breathe deeply and exhale fully, knowing you are worthy of this healing, of this relaxation, and letting go of any energy that's not serving you and that's not of your highest good, and letting that go. Breathe deeply and exhale fully. Sinking deeper and deeper with each and every breath. And slowly release that right knee and slowly release the left foot. And begin to neutralize through the spine, rolling back onto your side. Taking your time. And then rolling your way towards the other side. Moving nice and slow. moving your body as a unit. And then just moving your body, your shoulders up more towards the right side. And then look over your left shoulder, bringing your hands into a cactus position, stacking those knees on top of one another. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. And then slowly begin to lift the left knee up towards the chest. And then slowly walk that right foot back behind you. And at this point you can have your towel or your sheet to pull that foot towards your glutes. Or you can go ahead and reach that foot with your left hand. So pulling that right foot away from you, that right foot towards you, and then pulling that left hip, that left knee towards your chest. So pulling your right foot towards your glutes, and then guiding your left knee towards your chest. Breathe deeply and exhale fully, continuing to look towards the left side. Observing how you feel on this side compared to the other. Observe where you're feeling tension and just breathe into it. Let it go out the mouth. Letting your body relax deeper and deeper with each and every breath. Seeing that vibrant red energy spiral at the level of your tailbone. Seeing it spin faster and faster, growing brighter and brighter red. Cleansing and rejuvenating this energy center. So that you'll always be trusting that you deserve good things, that you are worthy of unconditional love, of peace, of fulfillment, of joy. You're deserving of nourishment and nurturance. Breathe deeply and exhale fully. Continue to breathe into any tension you're feeling and let it all drain away from you, sinking down into the earth below you. Allowing your body to relax more and more with each and every breath. Take 3 more long, deep breaths here. Breathing in vibrant white light. Breathe deeply and exhale fully. And then slowly release that left knee and that right foot and roll back onto your side, neutralizing through your head and through your body. And just coming into your final resting pose, whatever that may be for you. Perhaps it's on your back in Shavasana. Maybe you want to stack your hands on top of each other and lie on your belly. Perhaps you want to stay in a sideline position. Do whatever feels best for you in your body. Allow my words to speak for you, or you can repeat these words after me. I acknowledge my innate personal power. I celebrate my growth and expansion. I am honored to be who I am. My success is inevitable. I communicate clearly to myself and the universe. I know what I want in life, and I speak it into existence. I trust everything is working out for the greatest good for all. I trust that I am unconditionally provided for. I know all my needs are always met. I am protected, safe, and secure, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I find validation from within by being authentically me. I always follow my joys and inspiration, which bring me great fulfillment. I trust my intuition and my internal guidance system, knowing that I am divinely guided. I am grateful for my inner wisdom and intelligence. As I connect more deeply to myself, my confidence is amplified and my body naturally heals. I ground myself to this beautiful earth with gratitude. The earth transmutes all that no longer serves me. As I let go, I create space to embody more of who I truly am. I embrace my inner child and all the layers of my existence through all time, space, dimensions, and realities. And so it is. Breathe deeply and exhale fully. With each and every breath, you sink deeper and deeper into the surface below you, grounding down more and more to the earth, lengthening your inhale and lengthening your exhale. Bringing awareness into your body as you breathe. Feeling your belly rise, your chest rise, your belly fall and your chest fall. Breathing in white light as you inhale and breathing out smoke as you exhale. This smoke represents all that no longer serves you. And as you release this energy, you begin to feel lighter and lighter in your body. As you continue to breathe, you can also send any stagnant or negative energy down into the surface below you, just allowing it to drain away from you and to sink down into the earth below you. Letting go more and more with each and every breath. Continuing to breathe deeply from your belly, exhaling fully out your mouth. Bringing awareness to your head and feeling all the muscles of your head and in your face relax. Bringing awareness to the muscles of your neck and shoulders, and allowing these muscles to relax. The shoulders falling away from the ears. Bringing awareness into the arms and the hands, and feeling these muscles relax. And bringing awareness into the chest and the torso, the belly and the spine, feeling these muscles relax. And bringing awareness into your hips, down through your legs, your knees, your calves, and feeling all these muscles relax. And bringing awareness into your ankles and your feet, and feeling all these muscles relax, relaxing deeper and deeper with each and every breath. And begin to draw your energy down past your feet, down into the earth, deeper and deeper towards the core of the earth, extending your energy around the earth's core, And on your inhale, begin to pull up beautiful earthly energy back up into your body, filling your body with vibrant red energy. This red energy fills you from your feet, moving up your calves, your legs, your hips, your spine, your arms and hands, up into your shoulders, your neck, your head, filling your whole body with vibrant red energy. This energy grounds you, relaxes you, nourishes you. It provides all of the energy that you need. It provides you with a foundation of safety and security, knowing that you are unconditionally provided for. Feel your body relax and sink deeper and deeper down into the ground, into the earth. Feeling one with the earth. Feeling more and more relaxed with each and every breath as you sink even deeper. Letting go of all that no longer serves you, while allowing the earth to support you, to care for you, to nurture you, to give you all that you need and all the love that you deserve. Take a deep breath in from your belly and exhale fully. You have everything you need within you to create the most beautiful life for yourself, built on this strong foundation of love from the earth. And when you're ready, bring the hands to heart center. Bow your head to your hands and your hands to your heart. The light within me acknowledges the light within you. Namaste. Close down your eyes and take 3 big, deep breaths. And when you open up your eyes, you're most likely going to be drawn to one of these 3 piles. Whatever it is that you are drawn to, that is the reading for you. I'm seeing that there was a period of time where you really felt like you needed some time alone, you needed some space to think, and just allow yourself to be in your own energy, to understand your life circumstances, to understand your experiences, to extract the wisdom. So you had to take some time and some space for yourself to do that, a time of like introspection. And with that, you found like a lot of like golden nuggets. Like you understand why you had to go through certain things to like get that knowledge. And so there was success and there's victory in this introspection, which allowed you to feel really good about being in your own energy, in your own space, which allowed you to feel more sure of yourself, more confident in yourself, more like embodied and more authentic to you. And because of that, it allows you to be in an energy where you don't really care how others view you. You do what you need to do, and you're able to set boundaries for what you need in order to heal. And that's been really helpful in balancing your emotions. So there might have been some turbulence before because you still had some things to work through, but now that you worked through them and you've taken that time for yourself, you're able to really kind of master your emotions. You're able to let energy flow through you, and you understand that there is a benefit to feeling like lower types of emotions or like lower vibrational types of emotions, and you accept those parts of you. You allowed yourself to feel it, And because you've done so, you're not suppressing it, and you're allowing it to then move on, flow through you, flow out of your body without it having to be suppressed or stagnant within your body or held within the tissue. You're releasing it, you're accepting it, you're letting it go. And that's been really healing for your mental body, but your emotional body as well. And that allows you to feel really secure. And even when there's situations that are challenging that arise, it allows you to keep this center of calm within you, because if you've dealt with triggers and you've dealt with situations through your experiences that have triggered you, but now that you've sat with it, you've understood why you're going through it, you're able to kind of release those triggers. So the same situation or a similar situation could come around where you would have been triggered previously, but because you've worked through it, now you can handle it calmly, and it's like you have a different perspective of it, and things don't bother you in the way that they used to because of this like emotional maturity that you now have. This level of like calmness within that allows you to deal with chaos and confrontation in a very like poised kind of way. And so even when there's people that are like coming up against you, like trying to stand in your face, like agitating you, or even perhaps like kind of like antagonizing you, what's the word, like instigating things, trying to push your buttons, even when people or situations come around to push your buttons because they think they know how to get you going, they're gonna be like thrown, because you have this whole next level of energy to you, because you now deal with these situations in a different way because you healed from the inside. And because of this is a lot more options are coming out, or opportunities for you. And it might have you wanting to go into different directions. You might be a little bit confused as to what path you're meant to take. But know that as you stay in this space of introspection and go into that space whenever you feel you need it, things become more clear for you, and you'll be able to go and have that discernment as into the direction that you feel that you're most drawn to, that you feel most like ignited to, like most like fire within you to go towards that opportunity or that option. So that's wonderful. And then we also have like justice being served. So you know that through like anything that's happened in the past, karma is on your side, and you don't have to kind of lift a finger if somebody has done you wrong. It's not like you have to go and get back at them or any petty energy like that. You know that you worked with the situation internally, and you know that the universe has your back, and karma will always come and justice will always be served. So you have that awareness now, you have that faith within you that as long as you know you're doing what's right, the universe has your back. And because of this, you're able to move forward. You're not feeling like you're stuck in this position of like stagnancy and like needing to guard yourself. You know that the universe has your back. So you know that as long as you're staying in your authentic truth, the universe will back you up. And so you don't have to feel guarded anymore. You don't have to feel like tied up, blindfolded, and like unsure of what's going to go on, in worrying in the mind about all of these things, all the bad that can happen out of worry and thinking the worst case scenario. You know that as you make the best decisions for you, karma will always serve you and serve everybody in the way that it's supposed to unfold, according to how the situation has played out, according to which path each person in that situation has taken. And as long as you're following like what you feel is best for you and everyone involved, karma will always have your back. They'll balance the scales. And you have that faith. You know that you don't have to worry anymore, because there is a mental kind of anguish about this, and this has bothered you in the past and has made you feel very stuck. But you do not have to feel this way, because you know that by being in your authentic truth, that you can stand up for yourself and justice will be served. And you now know that you don't need to like hold on to things so strictly, you know. You can allow your emotions to flow, and that allows you to feel like more balance in your mind and your body and your spirit. Even though you know that the energy that you need is coming in for you, that even that positive energy that's coming in, you kind of want to guard it, you want to hold it, you want to be like, no, I don't want to let this good stuff go because I'm not sure if it's going to come back. But no, as you stay in your power, all the good is going to flow to you, and it's going to keep flowing to you. You don't feel like you have to guard it, like it's never going to come back. Like, you know that when you're in your power, like all of what you're deserving of is going to be flowing to you. So you don't need to have this kind of like guarded approach to all the good things that are coming, because they will continue to flow to you. And even though you might think that things are like moving really slowly, it's still just because you're doing some inner healing. Like, you're working through this cycle that has been really hard to digest, and it's maybe was, you know, bringing you nightmares, making you feel anxiety, but that this period was really needed for you to understand your inner workings on a deeper level, so that you could enchain yourself, so that you can trust in the universe, knowing that justice will be served, so that you can balance your emotions. And so that as you become stronger in that emotional body, you're able to calm those nerves, you're able to let go of worry and release anxiety, you're able to sleep better. Even though things feel like it's happening slowly, it's for a great purpose. This is a time of healing. And this is going to allow you to be that much bolder and braver along your journey, because you're taking the time for yourself now. And this is working out very successfully for you in terms of healing and opening up a lot of wonderful opportunities. Even though you're confused at which way to take, it's leading you to great abundance. As long as you follow your joys and follow what feels true to you. And whenever you're feeling like stuck and like, you know, and you're feeling like in your anxiety, like, you know, your worried mind, it really halts your creativity. So you want to make sure that you're sitting with yourself whenever you feel called to release what you have to release, so that you can unblock your creativity, so you can let it flow like the emotions that you've been working with. And as you continue to work with that flow, allowing, you know, any emotions that come up to, you know, feel them and then release them, you are allowing yourself to be to have this like balanced approach of mind, body, spirit, so that you can really create from a space of wholeness. And whenever that comes to be, you will be able to stand more greatly in your power. But if you continue to feel like good things, that you're not deserving of good things, and that like the universe is against you, and you know, that people are taking advantage of you, and they always will, this kind of mindset will not allow you to bring in the abundance that is waiting for you. And with that mindset, you're not able to create from this space of wholeness, and it really halts whatever you're able to and what you're meant to put out into this world. And when you stay in your energy of your power, knowing that all the healing that's taking place is for the greatest good, even though things are feeling slow, that you are like balancing your emotional body and trying to find that higher perspective of why things have happened the way that they have, you're able to stand in your power, and you're able to really balance your energy and really, you know, take hold of your life, take up space, and allow yourself to like confront anything that's wanting to, you know, come at you in a really like, this is me, this is who I am, this is my truth kind of way. And that will allow you to be in your healed energy. This will allow you to find that balance in your life, that will allow you to feel so good and so whole. So it all takes that perspective shift of like knowing that you deserve so much good in this lifetime, and that when you have the mindset of abundance and like things are happening for you, you attract that and pull that into your life. You pull in more healing, you pull in more joy, you pull in more bliss, you pull in more abundance, more love. But when you have the opposite mentality of like poverty, not having enough, feeling like everyone's against you, you continue to pull in and attract those experiences. So in this reading, I'm really seeing there's like this polarity between, you know, feeling like pulled under and then getting that breath of fresh air and like getting a taste of it, but then something like a trigger happening and like pulling you back under. But as you sit with yourself and you begin to heal these things, you allow yourself to breathe more, to like breathe more life into you and understand yourself more on a deeper level, understand why, you know, whatever experience has happened, so that you can heal, so you can move forward, so that you can be more flowing with your emotions, so that you can trust and have more faith that things have happened for a reason. And when you do that, you become victorious in your healing. You're able to like go up against anything that's trying to like weigh you down or confront you. You're able to confront that in a really balanced way, in no matter what turbulence, you know, comes your way. And you're able to unchain yourself, you're able to unshackle yourself, and you're able to know that when, like, for example, when, you know, you put energy out, that it's always going to come back to you. So if you're putting negative energy out or worry energy out, that is going to continue to pull in those energies of worry. And when you allow yourself to have faith, that's going to pull in more energy of like faith and things working out for you. And from that, you are going to start to move much more quickly in this healed path. And you're going to be able to continue to have that faith that things are working out as they should for, you know, for the greater good of all. You're able to release that worry, that anxiety, and complete this cycle that has been a long time coming. And no matter like where you are on your journey, you're always able to come back to this place of introspection to really understand why things have happened the way that they have, and continue to like give yourself that nurturance and that love that you're deserving of, so you can continue on that path of feeling like you are deserving and you are worthy of good things, of everything that's meant for you. And you can just say to yourself, like, everything that is meant for me will find me. And as you continue to be in that space of wholeness, there is no other choice but for it to be attracted to you. So as you heal, it is a process and it does take time, but you will begin to feel like you have so much more energy. You have so much more like flow to you. You're not as rigid, you're not as controlling. You can allow things to be and know that they're working out for the highest and greatest good. So I hope that helped. I hope that you have a wonderful full moon in Virgo. Take good care. Bye. So for those of you who chose group 2, this is your reading. So you were recently in a space of like concentrating on what hasn't worked out, what, you know, what you put your energy into that was kind of like a letdown. And because of your focus on these things that didn't work out, it really pulled your focus away from the things that did work out, from the things that really were for you, were meant for you to focus on. And even though you feel like there were more things that went wrong, the things that went right were so pivotal. And you were really focusing on the things that you couldn't control, that didn't work out, and that really made you feel down in the dumps. And it really pulled energy from you, and it like drained you, because it took up so much energy from your mind to like think of these things, or like how you would have gone about it differently, and how things unfolded, and how, you know, how uncomfortable it made you feel. But the things that did go right were actually so important for your path, for your purpose, for your redirection onto the path that you were meant to go on. And so the universe wants to let you know to redirect these thoughts. See, what didn't work out and learn from it. And then redirect your focus to what did work out for you, to those things that redirected you onto a different path. Because if the other things didn't unfold the way that they did, it might not have moved you into the direction that you were meant to go in. And that's what I'm really seeing with this card is like, he's focusing on those spilled cups, not focusing on the cups that are standing up right there, filled up. And so then you can then redirect your focus and go get what's yours. Go see what really lights you up. Go after your dreams. And begin to fill your own cup up. Begin to do things that make you feel joy. To go and find what makes you feel like in your power. What breathes life into you. What allows you to, get that spark ignited within you. And go after that and begin to fill your own cup up with fill your own dreams and your own desires. You're putting that power back in yourself instead of allowing another to take it from you or allowing a situation to drain it from you. You're able to step into your power after redirecting that focus on the things that are going right. And that is extremely important. And that's going to allow you to release this kind of talons that have been gripped upon you. And then you can begin to release the chains that have made you feel really stuck, that have made you feel like you can't move forward, that have been blocking, blockages in your mind, that have been continuously pulling you, focusing on these negative things, these things that weren't even meant for you in the first place. And because you're able to redirect your focus on the good, you're able to release these chains that have been placed upon you, and you're able to finally move forward and go after what is meant for you. And because of this there's a new beginning. There's a new beginning here for you. But the thing is you have to make really tangible steps, even those smaller steps first, working with your mind, your body, your spirit. Work on these little things that you can do to bring your power back before you can completely move on from these things that have made you feel so stuck. Because a new beginning is wanting to come for you, but for some reason, you're not fully allowing yourself to let go, to move on completely. There are parts of you that still feel tethered to an old situation or an experience. And, you're really being guided to release that, because if you continue to hold on to it, your new beginning isn't able to fully come in, because it's you're being held on the other side of that door. There's the door to your new beginning, and you can't open it up because that door is keeping closed by these things that are pulling your focus onto the negative things, and it's keeping that door shut. But as soon as you release these things, release that focus, you're able to open up the door and step through into your new beginning. And as soon as you release what it is that's been holding you back, you're able to walk through that door of your new beginning. And you are able to really feel in your power. You are ready to just look at the sky and look at what good is to come for you, what the universe has in store for you. You're ready to have a fresh perspective of life, be a breath of fresh air, and that's going to allow you to move forward in a really tangible way, which is what you really need for your healing and to move forward. And you're going to be able to do this by following your intuition, by following your internal nudges, allowing you to have that discernment of what is for you and what is not. And this will really heighten your personal power and will allow you to just really, use that intuition to make moves as to where you feel called to go, to what you feel called to do. Seeing that your wisdom for what it is, you are seeing how powerful you are. And as you continue to honor that intuition within yourself and listen to it, it heightens that personal power even more. And it like snowballs, and then you continue to listen to it, and it continues to lead you towards more of what you're meant to do. And then you begin to like feel joy of like listening to that personal power, to that intuition, from using your discernment as to what is for you and what is not. And and you begin to really walk this path of your new beginning from doing so. And because of that, you're really finding, that inspiration and motivation to go after what it is that you're meant to go after. And there is reason to celebrate this. After, you start taking those steps towards what is meant for you and what you're feeling guided to go towards, there is a sense of needing to celebrate yourself, celebrate from breaking free of these chains that have held you back, that had held you down. And now that you're releasing that, you're celebrating this new beginning. You're celebrating this fresh breath air, this breath of fresh air. And you're celebrating these smooth, stable steps forward. And this is allowing you to feel so good and so whole and so aligned and excited about where you're going. And you're going to be able to go after what it is that you want. And you're going to be able to move in a direction by what you feel inspired to do, by what you feel motivated to do. And this like allows you to move from a more peaceful, more uplifting energy than making moves based on like what you feel like you should do, or what you think that others like want you to do, or something like that. No, you are moving from a path of your soul. You are moving from a space of your intuition and your internal guidance system, knowing that that's leading you towards the space that you're meant to go in. Once you've released everything that's not serving you, you're taking slow, stable steps forward into this new beginning, feeling totally inspired and motivated, and holding on to that as your energy. And once you're able to really let go of everything holding you back, you're able to stand in your power more bravely, more confidently, more courageously, and into these new beginnings. As long as you release the focus from everything that's not serving you, you'll be able to move into that direction. And there is so much abundance waiting for you once you make those moves, once you follow your inspiration, your motivation, and you celebrate how far that you've come. You are the Empress. You are just allowing yourself to be in your like soul embodied, like you're able to birth like new creative ideas. You're able to be just like so fertile in your energy, allowing yourself to just like create from a space of wholeness, and allow you to just like live from your heart space and go after what it is that feels right and that feels aligned with you. And this is bringing in like great levels of abundance for you, and nurturance and nourishment, and allowing you to have everything you really need. And this is allowing you to feel just like totally at peace within yourself and at home within your body. And that is so beautiful, and it's a wonderful space to like move from in this new beginning that is meant for you. And you're going to feel like so empowered by letting go of those chains of everything that's made you feel so stuck and so suppressed and repressed, and you're able to break free. And now you're able to like be in this like beautiful energy of like authenticity and integrity, and to really just like open up your heart and allow yourself to receive the blessings that are meant for you after a period of time that you felt so blocked where you put up walls guarding your heart because you didn't want to get hurt. Now this is time to open up your heart, let go of what wasn't serving you, so you can walk down the path of what is serving you, going after your goals, your dreams and desires, by holding on to your motivation and your inspiration, and by following your intuition, your internal guidance system, paying attention, close attention to everything that's going right, standing in your power, being bold, courageous, and brave, allowing you to just look at the sun, like step out into the wild, like know that you are fully supported, and that this new beginning is so meant for you, and you can celebrate that. You can take these slow, tangible steps forward, knowing that you are being led in the right direction because you're moving from your heart space, because you've completely let go of the chains of the past, of everything not serving you, to embrace everything that is meant for you. So I hope that helps, group 2. I hope that you have a beautiful full moon in Virgo. Take good care. So you recently decided that something wasn't bringing you the satisfaction that you were hoping that it would, and so you're leaving it behind. And it might have been a hard decision to let go of whatever it was, because maybe it gave you this level of security, but you're willing to take your losses and move on in a different direction. And you're ready to set out on a different path instead, and you're turning your back to that situation, and you're just letting it go. You're willing to let go of that security because you want more harmony, you want more inner peace. You want to be able to feel more joy and contentment from, living out and carrying out your day-to-day life. And right now you realize that something in your day-to-day wasn't giving you that. So you're willing to break free to find something more fulfilling for you. And this brings a lot of feeling like you can't move forward. In a way, you feel like you want to let go and move forward, but it feels like you're not sure if you're doing the right thing. You feel maybe it's not the right time to go after what it is that you want to go after. Maybe it's not the best thing for you, but it's your own kind of mental blocks that are kind of preventing you from wanting to break free from that security and move on. So something just inside of you makes you feel this I should just stay in that stable, secure space, because of that worry that the change that you're wanting to make isn't going to work out. But there is so much joy and happiness and peace on the other side of it once you break free from that feeling of anxiety and worry that it's not going to work out, because there is this opportunity for you to really feed your inner child, for you to find happiness in the small little things in life that allow you to feel that harmony and that love that you have been searching for. And it really takes this moving into a new direction to find that, because you know that what was happening in the current situation wasn't bringing you that joy and that happiness that you're deserving of. Even if it did bring you a sense of security, you want more zest, more life inside your life, more joy, more happiness, more peace. You want to feed that inner child. And once you let go of that worry about is this new move going to work out? Am I going to be successful or feel, more in alignment from making this move? And the answer is yes. Yes, you will. You will feed that inner child within you, and you're going to feel so happy and so joyful that you've made this choice to move on from a situation that wasn't bringing you the contentment and the harmony that you're deserving of. And once you embrace that, turning your back on the situation and moving forward into the direction your heart is calling you, you're going to find this sense of total peace, this blending of worlds, taking a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, finding your perfect blend in between your social, your work, your personal life. And you're able to really fine tune this. You're able to have a balanced kind of foot in the physical world, balanced foot in the spiritual world. You're just like taking a little bit of everything to find this like perfect blend for what is going to bring you joy and happiness and peace. And that is going to really bring you so much fulfillment from like just following your heart and what you feel inspired to do. And when you kind of like embrace this energy of like doing what feels authentic to you, you open up to the lovers. So a relationship and a connection is able to like come in for you that allows you to feel so whole and so have so much fulfillment and so much power. But it comes from leaving a situation that was making you feel like not content, like not completely happy with what you created so far. And when you decide to move away from the situation because you know there's more for you, you want to feed your inner child to bring that harmony and that love that you're deserving of, you can totally bring in this divine counterpart, this connection that allows you to feel like more whole and more complete, and that allows you to like bring out more of yourself than ever before, that like kind of untaps or taps into like this kind of zest within you that like breathes more life into you, that allows you to bring like to have more fulfillment in your life, that allows you to like really feel that sweetness in life, and you know, find so much more joy and happiness in the day-to-day. And that really continues to allow you to find more balance in your life, to find that perfect blend of what is meant for you, to enjoy life the way that it was meant to be enjoyed. And because of this, you know, you're really stepping out of the energy of like feeling kind of naive, feeling unsure, because when you know that you're leaving behind a situation, you're going to allow yourself to let go and not feel worried that it's not going to work out because of your removing that security, you know, because you're moving in the direction of your heart space. Because you're moving in the direction of your heart space, you're not going to feel like a fish out of water. You're actually going to feel quite confident about the direction that you're going. And even if it feels like there's a sense like there's not a lot of like magic in the air, there's not a lot of things that feel like they like to the books, it's not feeling like things are moving the way that you want them to, or they don't feel like they're in alignment, or you feel like something's missing, the magic is missing. It's because you need to like fully let go of this past kind of thing that hasn't been bringing you joy, and really focus on what it is that's feeding your inner child. And when you do that, you will bring that magic back in your life. And also by just like feeding into this love connection that allows you to feel more joy within you, you're able to find more magic in your day-to-day life that way. And it's not like from a sense that it's like from a sense that like whenever you feel like this discontentment about your life, it really makes you feel down in the dumps, and it pulls out the magic that is existing around you. And when you can move from a space of like feeling gratitude for what you have and feeling gratitude from moving from your heart space, you're able to really see more magic around you. You're able to feed into that energy, so you can change that for yourself by, you know, allowing in you know, this energy of your childlike essence. You begin to pull in more of that magic energy. And whenever you're like kind of feeling down in the dumps about your life and the discontentment you feel, you block your joy, you block your abundance, you block your flow. And when that happens, it makes it really hard for you to feel gratitude for all of the blessings that are here for you. And you like block the joy to your inner child when you feel that discontentment about your life. So the universe just wants you to know to just continue to feel gratitude for all that you do have, and continue to just make moves into the direction that brings you joy, that feeds your inner child, that makes you want to celebrate life. Keep moving in that direction. And when you do, you're going to feel way more wholeness, and you're going to feel that beautiful essence from within you that allows you to feel the magic in the little moments. Even when it feels like things aren't going the way that you wanted them to be, or the way you expected them to be, by feeling joy for the little moments and for the things that spark, your inspiration, you will bring magic into your environment. You will begin to see the sparkle, but you need to change your focus to be able to continue to feed into the magic. Feed into what brings you joy, what inspires you, what lights you up. Even if it's a little things like smelling the flowers, allowing yourself to feel good by giving yourself self-care, doing little things to find the magic, listening to the birds outside, walking in nature, just those little tiny things that add up in your day that make you feel the magic around you, that make you feel that light, that energy around you, to bring out more of that wholeness, to bring out more of that inner joy and that peace. And when you do that, then you'll be setting a stronger foundation for yourself. Then you'll be able to find the stability and security in your new beginning of feeling content about following your heart, following your inner joy, following your inner peace, following that inner child. What do they want to be doing? What do they want to be going after? And when you do that, then you begin to open up, opportunities begin to open up for you. And then you begin to allow yourself to create from this beautiful space of this fresh, bright, vibrant energy. And that allows you to bring in so much abundance for yourself, so much wholeness, so much, just total integrity and authenticity within you, by being you, by feeding the right things, putting your energy into the right things, into that little you, into that that child that needed you to be, in your power right now. Just think, would your inner child be proud of you as you are now? And if yes, perfect, continue moving in that direction. And if no, what are the things that your inner child would have just been overjoyed at to see you be doing and in this point in your life, and just to move in, and from that perspective, move in that direction, move from a space of trying to make that little you inside you so proud, and once you move from that space, that even brings out the magic, that brings out the sparks of joy, that sparks of passion, that allows you to feel really whole and embodied in who you are, and wants you to be bettered, and to move from a space of wanting to fuel yourself with this inner zest of life. And when you do that, then you're able to fully let go. You're able to have this death to this past you. You're able to fully release everything that hasn't been serving you, to totally welcome in everything that is meant for you. And when you do this, you're going to be able to find so much peace within you, so much wholeness. And there is no other choice but for you to fully move on. There is no other choice but to let go of everything that's bringing you discontent. There is no choice to move into a direction other than love, other than harmony, other than peace, other than balance, other than love. You are going to just want to find that magic in those little moments. And you're going to want to feel in your confident, courageous energy. You're going to want that cup overflowing and continuing to pour into yourself, to love yourself, to be there for yourself, so that you can continue to pour into others. Create the life you want for yourself, so that you can build a strong foundation, not only for you, but for generations to follow you. And the opportunities then, when you're in this space, will just flow to you. Things that feel like they're coming from out of thin air will align for you because you're in alignment with your heart, with your inner joy, with your inner peace. And that's going to make you the most abundant version of you on your highest timeline, living out your truest potential, because you were able to let go of the chains of your mind that have been telling you otherwise. So continue to just fuel that piece of yourself that is making you feel whole, that is making you feel alive, joyful, inspired. Continue to move in that direction, and know that you don't have to settle for anything less, and you will be paid out tenfold by moving in this direction. So I hope that helps. I hope that you have a beautiful full moon in Virgo, and hopefully I'll see you again in the next reading. Take care. Bye. So for the intention magic for this full moon in Virgo, what you're going to do is you're going to take a sheet of paper and you're going to do some scripting. So Virgo is all about communication, and whether that's spoken or written, it rules like the mind, and it's important to really get a good grasp and a really good visual of what we'd like to attract, and find detail and exploring the feelings and the emotions of all the things that would arise when we would experience what it is that we would like to bring in for ourselves. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your paper and you're going to write out in detail what it is you're attracting in the present kind of tense. So like you had already brought it into your life, explaining how you feel, how good it is, that you have been able to accomplish this goal, how it feels to embody this version of yourself. What are the things that you experience on a day-to-day? How is your life different? And just write it out in detail, all of the things that make you feel alive about this, this version of yourself, this timeline, this goal coming to fruition. All of these things, just write it all down in detail. And then what you're going to do is you are going to fold it up. So you're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to fold it again in another half. Then on the outside of the paper, you said, I welcomed this into my reality because I released blank, blank, blank. So pick 3 things. I welcomed this into my reality because I released this, this, and this. And then you're going to take that piece of paper and you're going to sprinkle some salt into it, into one of the folds. And then you are going to put it outside. You're going to put it anywhere that's touching the earth. You could bury it under some snow, bury it under some soil, put it next to a tree, bury it near a tree, submerge it in some kind of creek, or whatever it is that you want to do. You just release that paper into the earth, and that is your intention magic for this full moon in Virgo. So it's saying because I released this, this, and this, I've now welcomed all of this beautiful things into my life. So you are blank out saying I know what it is that I need to let go of in order to bring in, to create space for these new wonderful things in my life. So I hope that you enjoy, have fun with it, really embody all those beautiful feelings of everything that you want to feel for your new attraction, that new version of you. I hope that you enjoyed. So have a beautiful full moon in Virgo, and I will see you again at the next new moon.